Well, with interest rates slightly down, the real estate market may be picking up steam. But the way you buy or sell your home is about to drastically change with some new rules in place for realtors. Nate Johnson is the 2024 Vice President of Advocacy with the National Association of Realtors. He's going to explain some of these changes for us. Good morning to you, and thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thanks for having me today.
Now, these new rules, they go into effect on August the 17th. Can you give us a brief overview of what exactly is going to be changing?
Sure. So there are two major changes that are going to be taking place. One has to do with offers of compensation. Historically, those offers of compensation have been listed on the MLS, our local broker marketplace, and the offers of compensation to the agent representing or working with the buyer. So those offers of compensation will no longer be listed on the MLS. So that is a major change. The other major change is that it is a requirement that realtors have an agreement with all buyers that they're working with, spelling out compensation. So it really provides a greater level of transparency for everyone involved, because what it shows is that, okay, this is what the realtor that you're working with is getting compensated, and this is where that compensation is coming from. Because commissions have always been negotiable, and this just provides a higher level of transparency and clarity so that everybody's on the same page with an agreement in writing about how compensation is going to take place.
And that compensation and that agreement has to be in place before you can even view a home with your realtor, correct?
That's correct, and that's an important factor. So what is really good about this is that it does compel buyers to have those conversations with their realtor before engaging in actually looking at property. So sitting down and getting a full understanding of what the real estate process, the home buying process looks like is going to be very helpful. And the agreement that the buyer has with their agent is just a part of that process. So it's going to be, it's a good outcome for consumers moving forward.
Now, you feel like this is a good outcome. What impact do you think this may have on the housing market as a whole?
Well, that remains to be seen. We certainly don't have a crystal ball, and these practice changes are new for all of us. So we don't know exactly what the impact is going to be. Ultimately, what I'll say is that real estate commissions are a small piece of the transaction as it relates to the value. Home prices have risen across our country for the last several years, and that tends to be a factor of low inventory for a couple of reasons. One, because we're just not building enough homes across our country, and the other reason has to do with the lock-in effect that occurs with homeowners who were able to take advantage of purchasing a home or refinancing into those 2.5%, 3% interest rate neighborhood, and not really interested in trading that interest rate for a higher one today. So those really create inventory challenges, which result in higher prices and maybe fewer opportunities for home buyers. So that's going to continue to be part of a challenge that we face. What is important is that both buyers and sellers have conversations with their local trusted realtor, and they're going to help them understand the realities of their market, because all real estate is not only local, but it's hyper-local. And so it's really important that consumers have those conversations with realtors who are educated and knowledgeable in negotiation as well as market conditions. As a result, are going to be, it's going to set them up for success as they're looking towards making a real estate decision.
And we're all looking to see what the Fed is going to do with these interest rates. What kind of trends are you expecting to see for the remainder of 2024?
Yeah, that's a great question. And I'll tell you, I have been paying a lot of attention to the Fed and what they're signaling. And I'm no economist. However, it sounds like we could be in for an actual interest rate cut starting in September when the Fed gets back together. We have already seen the market respond to interest rates and the sort of expectation that the Fed is going to cut interest rates. The market has responded through mortgage interest rates being lower, because the rates are lower now than what they were just a month ago and certainly a year ago, which is phenomenal. We're looking at about depending on what type of financing product you're looking at, interest rates we've seen in, around 6.5% for a 30-year fixed rate mortgage. And that's phenomenal. We were at 7.5% a year ago in that neighborhood. So rates are coming down, which is great opportunities for both buyers and sellers. It also is going to create potentially more competition because we may see more buyers coming onto the market to compete for that already limited inventory that we're seeing.
Yeah, maybe some people looking to buy their house really soon. Thanks so much for your time this morning, Nate Johnson.
Of course. Thank you. Thanks for having me. It's been great to be with you.